unusual to Donald. She notices how closely both her mother and father monitor all of their children now for warning signs. Peter with his rebellion, Brian and his drugs, Richard getting expelled, Jim picking fights, Michael checking out completely. To complain or cry or show any emotion at all, Mary knows, will send the message that something might be wrong with her, too. And the fact is that the days when Mary sees Donald in that bedsheet are better than some of the other days. Sometimes after school, she comes home to find Donald in the middle of an undertaking only he can understand, like transplanting every last piece of furniture out of the house and into the backyard, or pouring salt into the aquarium and poisoning all the fish. Other times he is in the bathroom, vomiting his medications. Stelazine, and Thorazine, and Haldol, and Prolixin, and Artane. Sometimes he is sitting in the middle of the living room quietly, completely naked. Sometimes the police are there, summoned by their mother after hostilities have broken out between Donald and one or more of his brothers. But most of the time, Donald is consumed by religious matters, explaining that St. Ignatius conferred upon him a degree in spiritual exercise and theology. He spends much of every day and many nights reciting in full voice the Apostles' Creed and the Lord's Prayer and a list of his own devising that he calls Holy Order of Priests, the logic of which is known only to him. DOM, Benedictine, Jesuit, Order of the Sacred Heart, Immaculate Conception, Mary, Immaculate Mary, Oblate Order of Priests, May Family, Black Friar, the Holy Ghost, Franciscan at the Convent, One Holy Universal, Apostolic, Trappist. For Mary, the prayers are like a faucet that won't stop dripping. "Stop it!" she shrieks, and yet Donald never does, pausing barely long enough to breathe. She sees what he's doing as a rebuke of her entire family, but mostly of their father, a faithful Catholic. Mary idolizes her father. So does every other Galvin child. Even Donald did, before he got sick. When Mary sees her father coming and going from the house whenever he likes, she is envious. She thinks about the sense of control that her father must enjoy by working so hard all the time. Hard enough to get out. It is the way her brother singles Mary out that she finds most unbearable. Not because he is cruel, but because he is kind, even tender. Her full name is Mary Christine, and so Donald has decided that she is Mary, the Sacred Virgin and Mother of Christ. "I am not," Mary cries again and again. She believes that she is being teased. It would not be the first time that one of her brothers has tried to make a fool of her. But Donald is so unmistakably serious, so fervent, so reverential. It only makes Mary angrier. He has made Mary the exalted object of his prayers, bringing her into his world, which is the last place she would ever want to be. The idea that Mary comes up with, the solution to the problem of Donald, is a direct response to the rage she feels. Her inspiration comes from the sword and sandals epics that her mother sometimes watches on television. The idea starts with her saying, "Let's go up to the hill." Donald consents. Anything for the Sacred Virgin. It continues with Mary suggesting that they build a swing on a tree branch. "Let's bring a rope," she says. Donald does as she says. And it concludes at the top of the hill, where Mary selects a tree, one of many tall pines, and tells Donald that she'd like to tie him to it. Donald says yes, and hands her the rope. Even if Mary were to reveal her plan to Donald, to burn him at the stake, like the heretics in the movies, it is doubtful that he would react. He is too busy praying. He stands tightly against the tree trunk, lost in his own stream of words, as Mary walks around the tree with the rope, circling and and pulling.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.